a seat. Thank you for joining us today. Today is one of these candid conversation days. So here's it. We are live. And there are a lot of things trending on social media right now. I'm always behind the doors, like looking to see what y'all are talking about. If you type in trad wife, that's short for traditional wife, put it in right now. Keep watching the TV though. Any platform will be flooded with content of women, particularly young women, seemingly showing off their picture-perfect lives, cooking meals from scratch, tending to their children, and I'm using that word very intentionally, tending to their children and tending to their husbands. It is content that sparked a candid conversation about gender roles and the definition. Ooh, this is gonna be good. The definition of a good wife. This is not a new conversation. Since the beginning of time, there have been people who believe in traditional gender roles in the home. A woman does the cooking and the cleaning. A man is the breadwinner outside of the home. Some of these women have been called everything from surrendered wives. I see you shaking your head, don't judge yet. Surrendered wives to subservient wives. Later in this show, we're going to be joined by Laura Doyle. You might remember she's the author of this book that was out in 2001 called The Surrendered Wife. The New Yorker said it was, quote, an instruction manual for a new generation of Stepford wives. Her book has been in publication 25 years, multiple languages around the world, and the debate continues over what many say was her leaping into this conversation. So there's a new generation, though, of young women. They are proudly embracing this label of trad wife. The lifestyles are stirring up debate. Here are just some of the videos that are very popular right now. Take a look.
I do believe that everybody has the ability to be a homemaker. You see, homemaking and being a homemaker is about intention. And that is something you can do even when you don't spend the majority of your time at home.
Growing food, cooking food from scratch, teaching your kids how to read, those are all things that you need to survive in this world.
We're homemakers. Somebody is always going to leave a side remark asking us what we're going to do when our husband leaves us for a younger woman.
Teacher, farmer, cook, chef, but somehow when you're a traditional wife and a homeschool mom and a homemaker, it's just not a skill. They're non-existent somehow.
Thought-provoking, right? So I always say in these candid conversations, we're doing this not to judge people, not to assign what you think that. One of my pet peeves is when someone says, you should be doing this, this, this. I always like to say, you should be minding your business. But it's on social media, so it's kind of our business now, so we're gonna get into it. Trad wife content is drawing a backlash of opinions and reigniting a heated debate along headlines like this. Trad wives are trending. What does that say about feminism today? Is trad wife content dangerous or just stupid? Trad wives push back against critics who say their viral homemaking lifestyle is alarming and creepy. Two of the traditional wives whose content you just saw there join us. They are very brave because we all know that people are ready to judge, and they accepted our invitation to come on the show. Alexia Dela Rosa is here in studio. Melissa Blancard, who joins us from Skype in Spring Lake, North Carolina. Your flight, because of the awful weather in New York, thank you both, and a family emergency kept you there, but thank you. And thank you for accepting our invitation, because we did reach out to a number of young women, in particular in 20s and 30s, who identify as trad wives. You took up the invitation and said you'd join this conversation. So I appreciate that. Let me start with you, Melissa. You're 31, North Carolina, as we mentioned. You've been married to your husband for 6 years. You have 3 daughters, 11, 8, and 1. And you're currently, congratulations, 6 months pregnant. Yes. Booked and busy, they might call you. You grew up in what's described, you just called a modern, non-traditional family with a mom who spent a lot of time at work. And you feel that shaped your childhood and ultimately the type of wife you wanted to be.
Yes, I grew up around my grandmother. So she was actually a homemaker. And so my mom was always working. And yeah, I did feel like I liked having someone at home, someone to nurture me. And I knew that I always wanted to do that for my kids. I felt like that was something that I knew that I always dreamed about doing, but I had to kind of keep it like a secret because we grew up in a world where it's not very, you're not told that that's an option.
So take me back, because that's interesting. You were told growing up, what? How did they define being, I guess, a good wife and mom to you?
You mean by like my mother? Like
your mother figure, yeah.
Well, although my mom worked, I still saw that she was a good wife, and she still cooked and she still did all of that. But I do remember her being stressed at the same time because she would work and then she would have to come home and deal with all of the homemaking stuff as well. So I do remember seeing that as like a stressful thing for her. But I also was told by like other family members, or even just like through movies, we're told that we should get a career and we should go to college and we should not rely on a man. And so that's why I feel like it had to I couldn't really be open about what I wanted, because I knew that I always wanted to be a mom and a wife and care for a home.
I know I should point out to the audience, you've been doing this content on social since 2022. One of the things in a recent video you put up, you captioned, "Marriage gets better when you allow your husband to be the leader. Change your feminist mindset. Embrace femininity." That's a bold statement, and you're getting applause here.
Thank you.
What do you define as feminist mindset?
Just like that whole like boss babe, independent woman, where you kind of I see it kind of as a more selfish thing. But once you become a mother, you kind of have to put your family first and your husband. And of course, that doesn't mean that we are, put on the back burner. We also have to take care of ourselves as traditional wives or as people. But I
get it. That's your view. I got Alexia here. Alexia, you're from California. You're 30 years old. You've been married to your husband, Matthew, 3 years. You have 2 sons, ages 3 and 2. You don't use trad wife, but you say homemaker. What's the difference in what you view here?
So the difference for me, so on social media, when you look up that term trad wife, you get a lot of kind of intense trad wife content, and a lot of it is...
What's intense trad wife content?
Kind of like teaching, like how to be a trad wife, how to be a great wife, how to be a great mom.
Because I feel like a lot of the content, it shows you all dressed immaculately, like literally making bread from scratch, making, I mean, the things that are, like, there you go. One of the things that you did, you made paper and you made crayons.
Yes.
For your child. Couldn't you just, okay, is it we have the video. You made paper and you made crayons. I saw this content and I thought, well, you couldn't buy is it a bad mom to buy the crayon?
No, absolutely not. I could have gone to the store and bought it, but part of it for me and the content I make is I enjoy doing those things. It's a creative outlet for me, and I like teaching my kids how to do stuff like this. I know you don't see them in this video, but they're along with me for the process.
Okay, so you look at this. All right, so it's beautiful, by the way. You look adorable.
Thank you.
But when you look at that almost looks like a parody from SNL. And so some people wonder if it's real.
It's real. I mean, it's also content creation. I'm setting up a camera, and I know that I'm going to film what video today, and so I try to show up and get dressed and do my hair and makeup.
Is that an expectation of your marriage for you to show up like that in the kitchen, like immaculate and beautiful and...
Not of my marriage, and I think this is the difference between homemaker and trad wife for me. So my husband doesn't have these rules in the house of, oh, you have to be doing this, making these breakfasts and making 3 meals a day and making the paper and crayons. This is more like the thing that I enjoy doing for myself. So I get dressed for myself during the day. There's no expectation from my husband or pressure from my husband to do these things.
But do you play? This is your life. Do you have traditional roles in your marriage?
We do, yeah. So he's the breadwinner. He goes to work, he pays the bills, and I take care of the house. And so in that way, I get why I get lumped into the trad wife niche in social media, but I wouldn't say that I'm submissive to my husband. And you know, he's not telling me to do these things, and there's not the expectation of what I do in the house. It just happens to be the thing that I enjoy doing and love doing, and he likes going to work and paying the bills, so it works out for our family.